Good morning, all. Welcome to the pre-market report of June 27th. I'm Vinu from Acumen Capital. Today, all data shows a gap up opening for Indian markets. Singapore Nifty showing 200-point gain right now. Most of the Asian markets are trading higher, especially Hong Kong, Korea, Taiwan. These markets up around 2%. And Japan is up by more than 1%. However, Dow Jones futures was in red till today morning, and right now it is showing a 35 points gain. So Dow futures is slightly volatile today. But on last Friday, US market closed higher. So some of the economic data shows a cool down in US economy, and the fear of aggressive rate hikes slightly coming down. So Dow up by more than 800 points, that is 2.7%. S&P up by 3.1% and Nasdaq up by 3.5% on last Friday. Actually, all the 11 sectors of S&P moved higher, especially financial stocks, technology stocks, consumer discretionary stocks. So these sectors performed well on last Friday. Actually, it was one of the best weeks for US market in recent times. Dow Jones up by more than 5.4%. S&P and Nasdaq up around 7% last week. So the thing is that now bad news become a good news for. Bad news about economy becomes a good news for US stock market. Actually, on last Friday, one more economic data came, which was much below the market estimate. That is the University of Michigan Index of Consumer Sentiment. It came at record low level. And on Friday also, on Thursday also, the economic data came on the lower side. So now the economy shows a cooling down. That means inflation may also come down in the near future. So now investors expect that US Fed may not be that aggressive moving forward. Anyway, in July they may hike rates most probably by 0.75. But from next meeting onwards, the percentage of hike may come down. So that is the expectation right now in US. And that is why the sentiment, the US equity sentiment is very positive right now. Now this week, one important economic data is coming, that is US GDP data, that will be out on Wednesday. So that data will show how the economy performed recently. So that is important one. Now the other important news to watch is that Bloomberg reported Russia defaulted in one of their foreign currency sovereign bond. So that is for the first time in last 100 years by Russia. So that is a news to watch in coming days. And on the other side, crude oil futures is trading a little bit volatile. Right now, Brent crude is at $113. But there are two news to watch regarding crude oil. One is that the demand may come down because of slowdown worries. And on the other side, the G7 meeting is happening this week. So there are some talks that the Iran nuclear talks may start again. Last week, the European Union foreign policy chief met the Iran officials. So most probably some kind of positive news may come from G7 meeting regarding Iran nuclear talks. So that is also triggering some volatility in crude prices, international crude prices. So crude oil is one asset class which should be important this week. And the announcement from G7 summit is important for global markets too. So last week, a major rally in US market. Now regarding some of the stock news to watch, today Dr. Reddy may slightly turn positive on the news that they have acquired a US pharma company. Then Welspun Corp, they got around 600 crore order from oil and gas and water segment. So that is another stock to watch. Then auto sector will be in action this week. Last week auto sector performed well, and the June auto numbers will be out from July 1st onwards. So market is expecting strong auto sales in the month of June. So auto is another sector to watch. And ahead of the quarterly result, IT stocks may be on the positive side. Anyway, huge rally in Nasdaq last week. Nasdaq up by 7.5% last week. So the sentiment in IT stocks may be positive in coming days. Another important thing to watch is that F&O expiry, June month F&O expiry on this Thursday. So these are a couple of things to watch. Then regarding the performance of Indian market, you can see that all the emerging markets were down this month. So comparing to that, Indian markets performed well to other markets, especially like markets like Brazil, South Korea, Philippines. So these markets performed worst. And when compared to those nations, Indian markets perform well. Then regarding the market indices, Nifty in the short term, this is the daily chart of Nifty. So in the short term, there is a chance that Nifty can move towards this, it can fill this gap most probably this week. So that means if market sustains above 15,990, that is the critical level for this week. So if it sustains above 15,990, it can move to 16,185 and fill this gap. So that is one thing to watch regarding Nifty this week. And regarding the levels for the day, anyway, there will be a gap up opening, and the first target is at 15,866, and if market sustains above this level, the next resistance comes at 15,920, and on top of that, the higher resistance, that is a sentimentally important level, comes at 15,990. The intraday critical support level is at 15,805. And normally nowadays around 2 p.m. market may turn volatile, especially the Dow futures and European markets. So 15,805 is the critical support level for the day, and if market breaks this support, then next strong support comes at 15,689 level. Thanks for watching this video. This is an educational video.